John is on the line from Edinburgh. Good morning to you, John.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Two things. The two things are conjecture and fact. So you just give the conjecture there. What is his hold over Putin, or what is his hold over him? What will he have in his porridge? What will he have in his porridge tomorrow morning, and what will he tweet tomorrow morning? And these are conjecture. How would he react to a visit from a foreign power? Interesting that the people you've had on so far both look at the military solution. And I don't necessarily think that military solution is the only thing. So I think rather than conjecture, we've got to have facts. We know that Donald Trump is driven by transactional politics. Okay? We know from a report in The Independent today that 35 leaders of 35 countries have already come out heavily in favor of Ukraine. Okay? And we know that the people backing Trump are the oligarchs, are the Jeff Bezos and all the rest. So this has been talked about in Europe for a long time. Why does America control that particular market? Okay, and maybe it's time for Europeans. And if the Europeans do it, I don't think that the Japanese and the Koreans and the Australians and Indonesia and whatever will be far behind them, be far behind Europe, of saying, do you know what, guys? We're going to have our own meta. I reckon you could set up a Facebook probably in a week. You could do the same with WhatsApp and just say, Amazon, you've done so much damage to our economies and our high streets that actually we're going to set up our own Amazon.
I'm loving this, John.
It would not take long for Europe to do this.
Why haven't we done it already?
No idea. Because we've been. What's the thing? You've been
Trusting?
having too much of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
We've had too much of the Kool-Aid. And we've been very, very trusting when it's absolutely factual that these
Does it come from the war?
Right.
Does it come from the... I'm just trying to think of the sort of geopolitical psychology of it, that both world wars, ultimately, we needed the United States to conclude, to win the Second World War. And therefore, we have a notion that we are beholden to the US? Is that where it...
Oh, no, there's no question about that. I mean, it's a bit of a Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
If you're told daily that the US is great and the US is great and great and great, you do feel inferior. And there's actually no reason to feel inferior. It is a classic way of imperialist rule. It's absolute classic.
What do you expect from tomorrow's meeting?
Do I think that they have the ability to think in a non-military way? I'm not too sure I do. I don't think they're looking at Trump and saying, where's his power? Let's cut him off. Can
Putin be controlled in a non-military... No.
Take him out of the situation entirely. He's unimportant. Trump is the important thing at the moment. Putin is for another day. Trump is the one that is disturbing the world order at the moment. And how do you look at him and say, right, I think there's a basic question the European have to ask them. If they go a more commercial route, shall we say, and decide to do this, they've got to say, are we actually doing anything wrong here? Morally, are we acting incorrectly?
I love your
and
thinking.
They would say, no, we are not. We are doing this for the benefit of the planet. And everybody would agree with them.
I can tell you already, John, that a lot of the listeners are loving what you're saying. And me too. I love it. There's a direction of travel you've spelled out there that, I mean, could we set up alternative social media sites in a week? I don't know. But the idea of wrestling that kind of power away from the United States into Europe to do our own version, love it.